In this simple tutorial for beginners, I'm gonna take you step by step how to create a reel in the Instagram app. So if you're someone who needs you to show you the most important features of how to create a reel, how to film, edit, and post your reels, that is exactly what we're gonna cover in this video. And real quick, if you happen to be a business owner who wants to grow your reach and your sales using reels in just a few hours every single month, be sure to watch my free reels class. There is a link down below right in the description of this video where you can do just that. And let's go ahead and dive into the tutorial. All right, so first step is to navigate to the Reels editor. You can do this by simply swiping over on your screen where you would go to create a story, and then you're gonna tap on Reel down at the bottom, and then that's where you're able to edit reels and create your reels. Another option is you can actually go to your bio here. You can tap on the plus icon up in the upper right hand corner, and then you're able to tap on Reel right here, and it'll take you to the Reels creation area. From here, I'm gonna go ahead and tap on camera right here, and then this is where we're able to literally film and edit anything we want with reels. And so if you go ahead and just swipe up on here, you're gonna actually be able to see your camera roll, and that's where you can select and just tap to select any photos or videos that you want to add to your reel. We're gonna go back to camera right here, and when we are in here, you're going to tap and hold on this white button right here to record any video. You can also simply just tap on the button and it will start recording as well. If you want to delete anything that you've recorded, you can tap in the upper left hand corner the X button and then tap start over, and it will allow you to start over from the very beginning. I'm gonna go ahead and record a quick video right here. So something that you can also do is the timer feature. It's in the upper corner, or I guess the top of the screen right up here. If you tap on that, you can also set a countdown timer to when recording will actually begin. This is really helpful if you're recording a lip sync or something like that. You can see where it says countdown and where it says 3S. If you tap on that, you can also change it to 10S. S stands for seconds, so 3-second countdown or 10-second countdown. I'm gonna leave it on 3 seconds, and then you can choose the length of time that you want your video to last after it counts down. I'll also mention on the left-hand side here where it says 15, you're going to tap on that. That's where you can change the length of the reel you can record. I always just put this on 90 because then that gives me as much time as possible to record whatever I want to. So I'm gonna go ahead and record a quick video right here. And I will mention when you record videos, make sure if you wanna add any filters, you add that before you record, because you can't add filters after the fact, at least for most of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick a filter right here and just record a quick sample video for you guys. Okay, so this is a video that I'm recording for the Instagram Reels tutorial, just as an example. All right, and then something that you can also do is on the left-hand side where that little music icon is, you can actually add music right here. So we're gonna go ahead and tap on that. That's where you can scroll through music here. If it has an upward arrow next to the person who created it, like their name, then that means that that audio is trending, so then it's better to use for your reel to help with your reach. And so if we go down here, something else that's really neat that I want to share is if you tap on that on the left-hand side, there's an arrow that points down right here. If you tap on that, it gives you a lot of other options. You can tap through and play with a lot of these. I personally don't use a lot of these, but one that's really helpful can be gesture control. And that means that when you lift your hand up like this, that it will count down to start recording. Here's a second video clip for this reel example. And then when you put your hand back up just like that, it will stop recording. So it's super helpful, especially if you're filming by yourself. Okay, so then now at the bottom right-hand corner, I'm gonna tap on the white next button right there. And that's where you can really edit your video clips. So you can edit any video clips you've added or any that you recorded. You can add text boxes. So in the upper right-hand corner where it has the little uppercase A and lowercase a, if you tap on that, that's where you can add text just like you would a story. Let's do text box example here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead at the bottom. You can see that it popped up with a gray box too. You can always tap on that and it will take you to this editor right here. Another way to get to it is to tap, and if you tap on the screen also at any time, it will pause your video. I find sometimes overwhelming for it to be playing while I'm trying to edit it. Okay, and then in the bottom left hand corner where it says edit video and like the black bar, if you tap on that, this is where you can get really nitty gritty on like how long your video clips are, where your text boxes are popping up. If you use two fingers, you can pinch to make it smaller, like zoom out on it. You can use 2 fingers to pinch in and make it even more zoomed in, which is very helpful. So I am going to, over here, first I'm gonna tap, I'm actually gonna go ahead and add an audio, just make sure my volume is turned off here. And this is where you can also drag and you can choose like what part of the audio you want in your reel, which can help you to fine tune that. And then from here, you can also, if you tap on a video clip, as you can see a little yellow box just popped up over it. This is where you can then drag on the clip right here, make it shorter and longer. So if you want to trim some of it, cut some of it out, that's how you're able to do that. You can also go to a spot in your video, tap split at the bottom here, and then it will split your clip into 2. So then you can just delete the next one. Or if we're going to tap outside the yellow box so that we aren't selecting that video anymore. If you tap on at the bottom, there is a button called reorder with the little arrow that's going in a circle. If you tap on that, you're able to then tap and hold to drag your video clips around, so you can change the order of them if you would like to. So that's very helpful as well. And also with the audio, you can tap on the audio to select the audio and then drag, so that if you don't want the audio to start until a certain part of your reel, you're able to do that right here. Same thing with text boxes. So if we tap on this purple line right here, where it says text box example, that's where we can select our text box. We can drag it so that it only shows up in a certain period of time. So let's say we just want it to show up for our first video clip here. So if I do that and then I hit play, that means that it's only gonna show up for that section and then it's gonna go away. So that's how you add a text box, and you can do that for as many text boxes as you want on your reel and add as many as you would like to. Okay, and then if we go back, I'm gonna tap up here just where my video is to go back to that main area. One other thing that I really recommend, really encourage my students to always do is when you are done adding text boxes onto your reel, tap that downward arrow at the top, and even if you have to save it without the background audio, please do that, because it's going to make your life so much better when it comes to, with Reels drafts, like you can save reels that you've created in your drafts, which I'll show you here in a second, but sometimes they glitch up and you can't access them, or you lose them because you accidentally delete your app and they don't sync across devices. So you have to make sure you save a copy of your camera roll, because if you lose your drafts, there's no way to access them again. Okay, so just make sure you're always saving it to your camera roll. Then I take an extra step to also save that into a folder on my camera roll so I can easily access it again in the future. One other thing I should mention, so right by that save to camera roll button, there is a music icon here. If you actually tap it in this section here, you can also tap on controls, and this is where you can control the volume. So say you want this just to be background music. I usually put this around 5 to 10 for background music, and then my camera audio all the way up. So that means that when I am talking, it's gonna be louder than the background music, and you can adjust it right there if you're looking to do something like that. So that's super handy to know. One other thing here too is if you tap the sticker button, it's like the square with the little smiley face in the upper right-hand corner. If you tap on that, then you're able to also add closed captions if they're speaking in the video. So that's that first sticker right here. It will automatically transcribe your audio, and then you can add closed captions to your reel, which is honestly extremely helpful when it comes to making your content accessible, make sure everyone can read it. And a lot of people just don't have audio on when they are consuming Instagram content. So let's go ahead and play this, and you can see this is an example of what that looks like whenever it has transcribed your audio. So obviously if you tap on that, you can also change the styles here at the bottom. There are a few different styles you can choose when it comes to your closed captions right there. And okay, so once you've edited your video as much as you want right here, we're gonna tap the blue next button here. Now this is where you finalize all the details like the cover photo, the caption, and other things before you actually go to post your video. So if you just tap edit cover right here, that's where you can either choose a screen grab from the reel itself by tapping and moving along the bottom here. You can also tap that blue add from camera roll button, and you can add any photo that you want from your camera roll. And once you have one selected, you can also tap profile grid in the upper right hand corner. If you tap on that, you're able to use one finger to drag this. This is how it's going to show up on your Instagram bio. So if you have a very specific way you want things shown up, you can do that, and that makes it a little bit more aesthetic, right? Just choosing exactly what you want here. You can also use 2 fingers to zoom in and out a little bit if you ever ever need to do that, which is super handy to know. I'm gonna hit cancel at the top right here. Below this is where you can write your captions. This is where you would write your caption here. Let me just add in some text. And below that, there's a few different options. I'm not gonna go through every single one. This is where you can tag people, tag products, add a message button, choose your audience, add topics. Adding topics can be great for SEO. So if there are topics that are in line with what your reel is about, I recommend adding those right here. You just simply tap on the topics that this is about, and it's just a great way to boost your reel. Add a location. Another setting that I think is really important to look at is under advanced settings down here at the bottom. And this is where you're able to, I think there's a lot of different options here as far as you can let people use it as a template if you want to, allow GIFs on your reels. I don't really recommend using the scheduling feature in this. I've heard it's very glitchy, so we personally don't use it. We prefer to manually post our reels anyway. But something down here under accessibility, you can actually turn on show captions. So if you don't add closed captions to the reel itself, like I showed you earlier, you can toggle this on here and it will auto-generate captions in like a shaded black box below your reel as well. It's a little bit smaller and out of the way. I recommend turning on one or the other. So if you already have closed captions on your reel, I recommend turning this off. If you don't and you want closed captions to auto-generate, you can turn this on too. I usually will choose one or the other. Another setting under data usage, highly recommend having it turned on to upload at the highest quality. That means that if you're not connected to Wi-Fi, it will upload at the highest quality possible based on your data, and it will take maybe more data to upload it, but it means it's gonna be better quality, so it just helps you to have the most crisp quality possible when it comes to your reels. All right, and then once you're done with all these settings, you can simply hit save. All right, and then once you're done with all these settings, you can simply hit save draft down in the bottom left-hand corner, or hit share if you're ready to actually post this reel. That's what you would tap right here. So let's go ahead and hit save draft. And then to navigate back to your drafts, when you're in the Reels editor, in the bottom left-hand corner, you can tap on where it has like the preview of the drafts right there. And that's where you're able to tap up at the top where it says next to camera, it says drafts. Just tap on that and that's how you can navigate back to your Reels drafts. If you have any questions about anything that we went over in this tutorial, feel free to drop a comment below and we would love to help you in any way that we can. And if you haven't joined that free Reels class yet, I would really encourage you to watch because it's going to give you an idea of how to be strategic with the Reels you're creating, specifically to grow your business reach and to gain more customers with the Reels that you are sharing. So be sure to watch that class. It's about an hour long and it's full of so much educational content that I can't even get to in this tutorial. So I'm super excited for you to tune in. And if you're new around here too, go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Stephanie Case Education. That's where we share daily business advice and help you to grow your visibility online and grow a business that you absolutely love. And we would love to be connected with you over there as well. And I will see you guys in next week's video again on Tuesday. Bye guys.